How can we create this glowing dots effect? It's pretty simple. What we're going to need to do is extract an individual and paste them on a cool background. Next, we've got to use the pen tool to create this shape. We're going to then go to the brush window to apply the scattering tool, and then finally add an outer glow in the layer style. So what we're going to do first, as I said a moment ago, is we're going to find our subject, and here I've got Leo, and I've used the magnetic lasso to simply extract him, and I'm going to paste him onto this image. Now this backdrop I got from stock images, and I'm going to go to the crop tool because it's quite large, and I'm going to eliminate or crop out what I don't want. So once I do that, and that looks pretty good right there, I'm going to go to 100% by pressing Ctrl-Alt-0, and I'm going to create a new layer. Now I'm going to switch to the pen tool because we want to create the shape. So here we're going to go to the pen tool. It's right above the type tool, and when we're on the pen tool, we're going to definitely make sure that the paths tab is highlighted. By default, the shapes layer is selected, but we don't want that. We want the paths. Make sure you click that. Next, you're going to want to click and drag, and don't release, and I'll go like that. Click and drag, click and hold on, drag, click and drag, until we've got a sort of shape that we're happy with. Next, we're going to switch to the brush tool, and this part right here is where it gets to be a little bit tricky. When the brush tool is selected, and I see that I've got white in the foreground, I'm going to go to Window and then Brushes. Alternatively, I could go to this little clipboard right here, and it pulls up the same window. Now, when I do that, I see we've got quite a few options right here. It says brush tip shape. What I'm going to do is go to scattering, and I'm going to want to play around with it, but you definitely want to make sure both axes are selected, and you're going to want to have scattering right around 500%, count around 4, and count jitter up around 93%, but you're definitely going to want to play around with it. So I can see that I'm on a new layer, and I can see that white is selected. So to apply this, what we're going to do is use the stroke, but we need to go back to the pen tool. So I'm going to click on the pen tool, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to add the stroke, and I'm going to go to brush, and I see that simulate pressure is checked. Some of you might find that when you do the stroke, when you right click and go to stroke, you see that the pencil is the default. Make sure you change it to brush, simulate pressure is on, and press OK, and there we go. That looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to press enter to confirm it. I'm going to then go to layer, layer style, and outer glow. Now we can add any color we want. It automatically goes to yellow, but we can apply a blue if we want. We can give it a nice sort of darker blue, and I'm going to change it from blending mode screen to normal. Makes it a little bit darker, and then boost up the opacity just a little bit. Not too much. And I'm going to bring it right there. 7 pixels is good. So what we want to do now is we want to eliminate the part of this sort of glowing dot elliptical shape where it's behind his body. So one thing we could do is we could use the eraser tool, but you're going to find that it's not precise. I'm going to press Ctrl-Alt-Z to go back. Please pay attention. I'm going to click on Leo's layer. I'm going to click on his image. I'm going to use the magic wand tool. Now everything on the outside of Leo selected. I'm going to press Ctrl-Shift-I to invert the selection, and I'm going to switch back now to the glowing dots layer. And when we do that, it becomes really simple to eliminate the aspects of this that we don't want. So I can go like that. And we can leave that right there. And I'm going to press Ctrl-D. And there we go. That looks pretty cool.